Alright people, got another package from eBay, but we got a little bit of a twist because this isn't one of my more recent Bronze Age Marvel hauls. This one is I think it's actually more modern back issue stuff. And then I got some indie stuff in here as well, and a couple surprises because honestly I can't remember everything I bought. I bought a bunch of stuff from this one seller who had, there was a few books. I think I was looking for a couple of specific books, some Spawn issues, and as you do, you go through the rest of your items. I'm like, all right, cool, we got a bunch of stuff here. You know, hey, do you combine shipping? Yes, I do. Cool. And then he had a bunch of stuff, a bunch of books that he had set for, you could submit offers. So I definitely did that. It had a bunch of dollar books, and one of the books is a book that I'm working on getting multiple copies of, an X-Men book. You'll see that. So yeah, let's crack this open because honestly, I don't remember everything that's in here. I really don't. So I'm gonna be just as I don't want to say surprised, but it'll be kind of I don't know what to say. But yeah, so let's see what we got because we got a lot of cool stuff in here. So I was really curious to see how this was packed because it felt kind of, oh wow, let's see. We got that, okay, so yeah, at least, okay, that works. Yeah, I don't like that though, everything. I mean, this part, like that's cool because it at least protects it from just around the sides. So as I was saying, this is how they were packaged in there. Only thing I wish they were kind of taped in so you could, so they wouldn't slide out, but I think it was pretty in there. So just worried about the, you know, with the being in bags and boards, so that's okay. So slip those out and do the same for all of these. So yeah, again, what was the name? It was actually just, the seller's name was just his name, but I do think they actually came out of a shop though, so we might run a shop as well, or it could be just maybe just an online shop. Hero Legacy Comics and Collectibles out of East Hartford, Connecticut. So there's that. All right, jumping right in. Oh yeah, because you got a bunch of, I don't say a bunch, but we got some Daredevil in here. Daredevil 340, The Man Without Fear. Got some, I think that's a decent amount of Daredevil 300s in here. Just a few. There's 340. And going back, 390 or 339. Kingpin's back and things are heating up for Daredevil. Trial and Terror 375. Ooh, a special double-sized issue. Always appreciate that. And got some Amazing Spider-Man. So I was trying to, so still working on a lot of the, what was I gonna say? The early volume 2 stuff for Amazing Spider-Man stuff, where it kind of relaunched it and then it did the legacy numbering. So a lot of that stuff is a bit of a mess. And that's one thing I think that's probably one of my biggest complaints with some of the legacy numbering stuff is with, especially at least with Marvel, when they did that. But it bothers me the most with Amazing Spider-Man because it's the only one that there's no consensus with. So a lot of the issues, actually, let me see, there might be one coming up actually. So let's get to that first. So there's 354, Spider-Man Nova Night Thrasher. So here's a perfect example, which I like this cover too. And just the design of it and the coloring. Amazing Spider-Man 42, but it's also 483. And so my issue comes in, but the problem is not everybody uses the same metric, or I don't say metric, but not everybody uses every like database or either retailer or collectible, I don't know, collection service uses the same thing. So mycomicshop.com, when you go to Amazing Spider-Man, you can it has it separated from volume 1 and volume 2, and there also is, so like it'll go under 42, I believe. But then like League of Comic Geeks, which is where I use to keep track of my collection, it's kind of, I don't know, it's just a mess. Like it's all just split up all over the place, and like because it jumps back and then jumps from volume 2 and then it goes back into the numbering for volume 1, with legacy numbering, and then so then it picks up there, and then everybody, or not everybody, but then it's attributed back to value 1 for that, and it's just such a mess. It's like it's just those weird comic booky things that are just bothersome for collectors. So yeah, that's just how it goes as comics. And then my man over here had to grab this one. Here is Amazing Web of Spider-Man 94. Got Hobgoblin. This is Hobgoblin Reborn Part 2. Moon Knight, Ghost Riders, Hag and Troll. What the hell was that? And a cameo appearance by Venom. I don't care so much about Venom. I'm here for Hobgoblin. Because I said I wanted some Web of Spider-Man, and Spectacular Spider-Man issues that are that feature appearances of some of my favorite villains. Then I'm also kind of looking at it like, oh, maybe I should just, if I keep finding the issues cheap, maybe I'll just keep grabbing the rest of those issues. I don't know. But I don't know if I really want to go into all those runs. Still deciding. But anyways, here is 66, because you got Molten Man and Green Goblin. Meet Spidey's new allies. And then, speaking of Spectacular Spider-Man, here is 182. Vermin, the Goblin, Spider in the middle. I'm a man, Green Goblin. I'm all about the Goblin action over here. And then Spectacular Spider-Man 180. Why? This is a newsstand though. That's not right. Unless I did that by accident. I have to double check that now, because that's not how I get down. The Child Within, Part 3 of 6, got Green Goblin. Yeah, we never believed the Green Goblin was a good guy either. Call my killer my friend. And Amazing Spider-Man 433, Nowhere to Hide. And then here is Cap 288, Revolution 1993. Got Deathlock. Is this a like that cover? Who the hell are all these people? I don't know what's going on there. Cap 288. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. And then, was this the one? So I made a collector's error, and I bought 2 of these stupid issues because I wasn't paying attention. He had 2 of them listed, and I was watching both of them, and I was going through submitting offers. Like I would submit some offers on a few books at a time, just to catch up. Like, all right, 2 or 3 at a time. Wait for those to wait for him to accept them, and then kind of keep going. And I double dipped because I already had these 2. I was watching both of them, and I forgot when I got to the second one. I made an offer, and I was like, oh hell. So I have 2 copies of Captain America 288 right now. So that was a mistake, but they were cheap, so it's okay. Here is Cap 297. Captain America is forced to reenact the most tragic day of his life. Will Bucky die again? I'm guessing he did, but then he came back. And yeah, that's comics. 278, my man Baron Zemo. Zemo, you pushed me too far. Now, I swear I've seen this cover a million times, my exact, and I thought I had it. And I had to go, like, I looked through some of my stuff real quick. Couldn't find it. I was like, did I just recently buy it? Nope, couldn't find it there. So maybe I'm just used to seeing it. Just like when I'm looking up Cap stuff online, and I probably it's just stuck in my head because it's Baron Zemo, who I really like. So yeah. And then we got some silver cover action here. Beware the Rage of a Desperate Man, Part 1. In Spider-Man 46, which features my man Hobgoblin. So you got Hobgoblin and Demo Goblin. Hobgoblin and Demo Goblin want to settle old scores. Guess what? So does Spidey. And what secrets are revealed in Kraven's journal? I don't know. Man. I haven't read it yet. I don't want to read Kraven's journal. That's his private thoughts. Unless they involve killing me or Spider-Man or somebody else. Then I'll read the hell out of it, because we got to stop that. More Spider-Man. Here is Spider-Man 23. This is Revenge of the Sinister Six. Now, this one was an arc. I do like the Sinister Six and some of the characters that are in this arc, but I was kind of hesitant because I'm like, I don't know, man. I think this is the one with Eric Larson on it. Yeah, Eric Larson on this, and I'm not a big fan of his art. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to mess with Eric Larson, but it's a Sinister Six, so I'll do it. Oh, and here it is. So this is one of those issues I was talking about. X-Men 200. This is the Bacalo and Chris Bacalo and Tim Townsend cover. And I just absolutely had to have it. Did your Delgado do this one? He must have laid a hand in this. Anyways, Absolutely love this book. Talked about this before. I have multiple copies of this. Whenever I come across them, this cover or the Ramos cover, which has the Marauders and Gambit on it, I have to pick them up. I have multiples of each now. I don't care. I want them. I just absolutely love them. I have a set of each one. Actually, I got all my other sets signed, at least 2 sets signed, and I had a set hanging up, framed, and I had to put those back up. So yeah, just because I just absolutely love that book. So when I find them for $1, I don't care. I just pick them up. Cool story, cool, like fantastic art, gorgeous covers. Just gotta pick them up. And then here is, this is a free comic book day book called Down Shit Comics. I got this one because it's Ghost in the Shell, and I didn't have this one. And I like Ghost in the Shell, one of my favorite like anime properties. And it's just cool world. It's a Ghost in the Shell global neural network. I just had to pick this up. It was $1. So a lot of these are $1 books. And some more DD because it's Daredevil. 204. Crossbone, he aims to kill. Crossbow, not crossbone. I don't know why I said that. Who definitely looks like Green Arrow, but that's just how it goes. And here's 205. Knights of the Gale. I don't know what that is, who that is, but it's Daredevil. And then more Green Goblin. Here's Spectacular Spider-Man, The Child Within, Aftermath, A Man Gone Mad. What was the other one? Where's that other Child Within book? What was the part? I think that was the first part, wasn't it? And now I can't find it. Child Within. Oh, it's part 5 or 6. Huh. I must have got quite a few of those. There was 3 of 6. But I probably played 7 anyway, so. And then here is one of the others. So this is one of the main issues I was going for. Because I needed to work on this. I'm working on this overall run. But here, Spider-Man, oh my gosh. Spawn 259. We got a lot of Spawn and Spider. Well, not so much Spawn in this, but Spawn 259. So I was looking for issues from 251 through 259, roughly. I think, except for maybe 1 or 2 issues. I think it was actually, was it most of that 9-issue run? Because I have 250, and I think I have 260 and a bunch after that. But I had missed everything from 251 to 259, and they're, I guess, for some reason, they're all seem a little, I won't say like crazy expensive, but they were all just up in price. And I don't know why. A chunk of them issues were done by this artist named John Boy. I guess he's a tattoo artist, and I don't know why, but for some reason, I don't know. Whatever. So a lot of those issues are just, weren't cheap. So here's one of them right here. See? 256. Nice colorful cover here. This is one of his, John Boy. You kind of see. Now again, I don't know anything about this person. I had to look him up. Like, I have no idea who this guy is. But apparently he was hot, and he jumped on Spawn for, I don't know, I think the 251 through 256 or 257. Because he didn't do the whole 259 run, as you can see there. But yeah, so I got a couple of those issues there. So working on that, and I had the earlier one. Here is 103, because I was just missing that one. And there's another 253 there. And he did tweak Spawn's costume, because I ended up reading, read some little interview with him just about, I think, right before or during his run on Spawn, and how he said Todd McFarlane told him he gave him license, he could change the costume, he could alter it to, he wanted John Boy to be a true creator, and artist, and let it fly, like make it yours, you own it. And or not, he didn't own it, but I mean, like, own it, like as far as being, you know, a creator and just being an artist, to just kind of let it flow, man, and just go ahead and rock it. So that's part of that. So there is 255. You know, maybe there was more in this than I remember. 255 and 251. So I think that was it for the 255. So yeah, it was like 250s. Because I grabbed half of it, and then that 103 there. So let's see what else we got. Some more Daredevil, because of course 260 or 226. Oh my gosh. And then Daredevil in Savages Beware, it's Assistant Editors Month. Don't say we didn't warn you. And 202. And here is Daredevil Annual number 6. What DD versus Man-Made Night Stalker. Daredevil. My man DD. And then Daredevil armor appears in 334. What is this? Humanity's Fathom. What's part 205? And then the Owl in 303. This has not a good rap there. But it's the Owl. Final Flight of the Owl. And it was funny. I always used to think that, I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous video, but there was a couple of issues with the Owl in them. And whenever I used to see images of the Owl, it would always just be just a random image. I always thought it was Wolverine. I never knew who the hell the Owl was when I was younger. It was always just, I've seen this dude and he had three claws coming out of each of his hands. Even though they look extra long here, I've never seen them this long. But he had 3 claws coming out of each of his hands. He had this crazy hairstyle, which looked exactly like Wolverine's, even though right here he's bald, or like down the middle. But his hair, like he usually has full head of hair, and his hair kind of goes out, like up, out and up, the way Wolverine's does. I'm like, who is this guy? He clearly looks like Wolverine, but it's not. I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on. But then when I got older, I realized it was a whole different guy. So it was the Owl. So yeah. And then last but not least, more Daredevil. Here is Daredevil 325, Fall from Grace finale. We got Daredevil in his armor, the sigh coming down, and blood kind of pouring out of it there. Yeah, this was pretty cool because it allowed me to get some Daredevil really cheap. So still working on that. Captain America, got some Spider-Man villain appearances that I've been eyeing. So added and scratched some off my want list. Captain America, even though I got 2 of that one book for a stupid reason because I wasn't focused. And then another copy of this gorgeous book, which I'm always happy to have. I got a couple of those last year as well. Got some Spawn. Nice to get back into getting some more Spawn. And yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Always nice to, it was nice to switch up from a lot of Bronze Age stuff, which I've been doing mostly, I think, over the last couple months when we all been quarantined up. Allowed me to catch up on, it just ended up working out perfectly. So I was able to catch up on some back issue stuff. So that's always great for me. So yeah, that is that. Nice little haul there. Let me know what you think. If you ever heard of the John Boy artist, what do you think of his run on Spawn? If you read that, if you're into Spawn at all, let me know as well. And yeah, what do you think of any of these books? Most of it is pretty centered around there. What do you think of Ghost in the Shell? Do you like that as a manga? I don't know, never read any of the manga, but I love a lot of the anime stuff. So I actually had this video pretty much completely uploaded. It was still just processing, like dead ass almost done with that. And I just stopped it and deleted it because I had to like add this part in because I knew something seemed off when I first with this book, which is why I have this here. Spectacular Spider-Man 180, and some of you already know because I mentioned it in the video, and I knew it was off, and I should have known better right from that moment. But then after I wrapped the original video, I counted the books, and I was like, okay, 34. I was like, wait, that doesn't seem right. I feel like it should have been 35. I had the number 35 in my head from the moment I placed the order, and I went back on eBay, checked order details. Yep, 35 books. So what's the missing issue? Captain America number 309. I was like, yes, I knew there was another issue in there. So it's Captain America number 309. That was part of it. The other part was this one, Spectacular Spider-Man 180. It's the newsstand. I know I would never purposely order a newsstand copy of something. That would be such an oversight. Like ordering 2 copies of one book, which I did with the other Cap book. That was one thing. Because I just because I was already watching multiples of them, and I just made that mistake. So that was one tiny error. But ordering something like completely against what I normally even do as a collector was completely absurd. I would never purposely order a newsstand copy. So the seller must have had either uploaded the wrong image or just packed in the wrong book. So I'm missing, and I've already messaged him about that. So hopefully I hear back and kind of get that straightened up. Like, what's still on my book? So direct edition for 180 and then Cap 309. So I just wanted to add this in, so I had to I deleted that copy and throw in and re-edit this. That's why I had to toss these books up, so they're completely different from how they were when I first did the video. So yeah, just wanted to add that in. So hopefully we will have a resolution for this. So yeah, that's that. As always, happy hunting, happy reading, happy collecting. This is GENOTHADRAGON. Thanks for watching, and peace out.